To me, conspiracy theories are like junk food for the brain. So, why do people love conspiracy theories? Welcome back to another episode of Thoughtspotting. On today's episode, we'll be talking about the idea of conspiracy theories that we all know about and can't help but being drawn to at the same time. We've all come across situations where we've found ourselves engaging in some sort of conspiracy theory, be it conversation or social media. You know, when you're scrolling through one of the many social media platforms, you see a headline that sounds a little bit wild. And even though part of you is skeptical, you still click on it. Or when someone sends you a link to something that starts with, "I'm not saying this is true, but," and suddenly 10 minutes later, you're deep into the comment section. Or when you're in a conversation and someone says, "Have you ever noticed?" And before you know it, you're questioning something that you've never questioned before. In this day and age, we live in a time where uncertainty is everywhere, whether it's politics, health, technology, or even about the future. We're constantly trying to make sense of a world that feels really complicated and out of our control. We live in a time where information is endless, trust is complicated, and answers don't always feel satisfying. So it's no surprise that we go looking for explanations that feel clearer. Now, for me, there always seems to be some sort of conspiracy theory that my friends and I tend to debate about and discuss. Topics that I recall off the top of my head, whether it be the Twin Towers, NATO and Russia, or the UK government. It's safe to say that the majority of the time it feels fixated on politics, and what we're being fed by the media isn't really true. And if this wasn't enough, I get so many conspiracy theories, especially that crop up on TikTok, and the information just seems so questionable. The latest one that I had was all revolving around everything that's going on with P. Diddy. Certain people that died that were linked with him. It was constant on TikTok. Here's the weird thing about conspiracy theories, though. When times are tough and all you get from the media is a bunch of negativity, you just cannot help but think that there's another agenda afoot. It's that sort of moment where you think, do I really need to just wake up and start researching for myself into all of the facts that surround the story that I'm listening to, instead of being fed by some person that's on the TV or radio from a mainstream media? According to multiple sources that I'll leave in the description, psychologists say a big reason conspiracy theories appeal to us is control. When the world feels uncertain, politically, socially, economically, our brains look for patterns. A conspiracy theory turns chaos into a story, and that story feels easier to sit with than not knowing at all. On top of that, certainty feels good. Our brains would often accept a questionable explanation than live with confusion. And then there's the social side. Believing in something that other people don't can make you feel informed, like you're in the know. Information stops being just information and starts becoming part of who you are. Conspiracy theories aren't something that are brand new. Every generation has had their own version. What's changed isn't the belief, it's the speed and scale. Social media means that theories don't just stay around for a short period of time. They travel fast and find communities instantly. When you look at the older generation, right, you associate them with picking their information through newspaper and TV. But then you look at the younger generation that are constantly fed from algorithms. And then when you look at it from a country perspective, every country focuses on different conspiracies, but the need behind them stays the same. While some would say conspiracy theories are very relevant, and for all we know, a lot of those conspiracy theories that we engage in with conversation and on social media could be true. But to me, conspiracy theories are like junk food for the brain. They're easy to consume, emotionally satisfying, and feel good in the moment, but they don't always leave you better informed. Conspiracy theories aren't really about facts. They're about how uncertainty makes us feel, and our need for the world to just make sense. So why do people love conspiracy theories? It's because conspiracy theories offers something that we all want when the world feels overwhelming: certainty, control, and a story that just makes sense in all of the chaos. We are constantly being fed so much information from multiple sources, and the more that happens, the more we start to question it. When parts of the story don't seem to add up, it creates the feeling that something just isn't quite right. It's less about believing something strange and more about wanting the world to make sense. But what's your take on this? Do you love a good conspiracy theory? Or do you want to trust and believe in the cold, hard facts of the media? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more everyday oddities and curious thoughts right here on Thoughtspotting. Until next time, keep thought spotting.